When was the last time you heard about a group of Girl Scouts being sued for fundraising? Well, America's wild in 2024, and so that's exactly what's happening right now, and we're gonna break it down for you. There's this Girl Scouts troop, it's in St. Louis, and they have been threatened with a lawsuit over a fundraiser that they did to raise money for kids who are suffering. So far, so no story. But for you to understand it, you need to know that the kids they were raising money for are suffering in Gaza. And immediately yeah, no, I can get why some terrible people would not like that they're doing that. So you have Nawal Abuhamdeh, troop leader, mother of a 10-year-old member of the Girl Scouts that had their troop. Apparently their troop was, rightfully horrified by what's been happening in Gaza and all the people who've died and are suffering, many of them kids, just like these Girl Scouts. And so instead of selling Girl Scout cookies, they decided to do a community service project. And the kids came up with an idea to sell homemade bracelets to benefit the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. And the troop leader says, I'm grieving, we're all grieving. We literally couldn't muster the energy to sell cookies. So this starts to spread in social media. And at that point, the Girl Scouts of Eastern Missouri contacted the troop to say that the troop was required to stay neutral and could not engage in partisan politics, which this is not. They're not supporting a candidate or a party. It's literally charity for children who are dying. But okay, so they forced her to remove mentions of the Girl Scouts from the fundraiser. So then Abuhamdeh says she pointed out that similar fundraisers have been allowed for the victims of other wars, including in Ukraine, and said, why is this being treated differently? We condemn any innocent lives taken, whatever religion they are, whatever ethnicity they are. And at that point, the Girl Scouts of Eastern Missouri are like, oh yeah, no, interesting point about the Ukraine. It's not the partisan politics thing, it's that you didn't follow protocol. Yeah. We had paperwork you were supposed to do and you didn't do that. So now we're gonna sue you over that other thing. And I just wanna be very clear. The National Girl Scouts are apparently not directly affiliated. It's a separate thing. They're saying we've allowed this. And in fact, there have been fundraising efforts for kids in Gaza. So don't get mad about the National Girl Scouts. But this particular section, they don't like the issue that's being fundraised for. That seems fairly clear to me, Francesca. What do you think?
I think this is the most Girl Scouts the Girl Scouts have ever been. They're supposed to, help foster leadership and empowerment and, risk taking. And yeah, I think good on these kids, good on these Girl Scouts. I'm getting all sad because I think this is all of us doing what we can in our own communities and our own activities to try and bring it back to what's happening in Gaza, right? I mean, we also saw, the self-immolation of Aaron Bushnell, who was an Air Force serviceman, 25 years old. He didn't have to die, and this was his way of protesting this war. Well, this is a different way, a much more constructive way, a way that, is trying to really get aid and food to the kids of Gaza, who, by the way, we know there are thousands of trucks on the border of Egypt and Gaza that cannot get through, that I don't think it's been since the end of January that the people of Gaza, still under assault, have gotten food. So yeah, it doesn't feel right to sell cookies. It feels right to sell bracelets to raise money to help the kids who are starving or dying. So good on them, good on these kids for pushing back. And Abuhamdeh, I love you. And I'm so glad that you're showing the Girl Scouts that, yeah, they're being pretty hypocritical.